Hi everyone, my name is Kate and you're very welcome here on my channel where I talk about fragrances. Today we have this delicious, tasty, amazing topic of gourmands. So get cozy. If you need, you can pause this video, pour yourself some hot chocolate or sweet tea, coffee, maybe even mulled wine, and come back to me. Let's discuss this beautiful, beautiful fragrances that I picked for you in this video. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit the like button, you know what to do. You know everything. I don't even have to remind you, I hope, right? I don't have to? Okay. So let's start. I would like to begin with a fragrance that gives me a beautiful holiday experience. This is Trussardi, La Passeggiata in Galleria Vittorio Emanuele from the line of Livii di Milano. So each fragrance from this line represents a place and experience that you get in Milan. And I love Milan. So these fragrances also have some kind of sentimental feeling for me. In the beginning, it smells like hazelnut and coffee and maybe a little bit of cinnamon, something spicy in it. And then it transforms into very nice creamy tuberose and jasmine. What I like about this fragrance that it creates this festive holiday atmosphere. So I imagine myself sitting in Galleria Vittorio Emanuele after I was just spent 2 hours looking for gifts for everybody, for my family, for my friends, and I just sit down for a minute to have an espresso, and I also have a little hazelnut biscuit with it, you know. And the smell of tuberose is maybe my scent. Little spoiler, I even know which scent it is that I sprayed on myself that morning before going shopping. Or maybe it's other women around me who are still running around and looking for presents. So yes, it's really positive, fun fragrance. Might be a little bit cloying sometimes. Sometimes I noticed it opens up beautifully and amazing. Sometimes it can suffocate you a little bit. So I would recommend with this one, just maybe at first spray not too much to see how you feel. Because I made those mistakes. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm strong enough to handle this. And then I do 5 sprays and I just suffocate everybody around me, suffocate me. So don't do that. That's not really great to invade the space of others like this. And next I would like to move to this fragrance because I just made a little spoiler. This is Love Tuberos by Amouage. And yes, this is exactly that. So this smells like a very, very, very creamy tuberose. It's like a tuberose covered by whipped cream. It's actually great. I'm sure there are other supporting flowers, like maybe jasmine. Usually tuberose and jasmine, they hold hands and walk around together because they have a lot of similarities in the scent. Yeah, it's also very relaxing. Maybe after you're really tired to look for presents, you want to stop this holiday rush and just relax, watch a movie, stay alone, not being bothered by anybody. It's not a really complicated scent, but it also can suffocate you. So please just maybe don't spray too much because this definitely has the potential of suffocating people around you. It seems like it's, oh, such a cute little fragrance. No, this is a monster. You can create a monster out of it. Now let's discuss Chanel. So, Chanel Coromandel. I love this fragrance. I don't have a full bottle yet, but I'm planning on it. These are some of the best patchouli I've ever tried because it's also with white chocolate. I know it's not really chocolate, but who cares? It's tasty. So I like Coromandel especially for that because it gave me the white chocolate and the fragrance and a really, really good one. Patchouli note is great here too. There's also some benzoin and amber and I think some bitter orange or some slightly tart citrus in the top, and it makes this fragrance not cloying and not annoyingly sweet. It has a very, very good balance. This is not a very sweet fragrance. This is very sweet. This is not so sweet. It still has this Chanel class. So I could recommend this to people who are afraid to have something too sweet and cloying on them. This probably won't hurt you. Also, I want to talk to you about the best hot chocolate that I've discovered. So I have a big box of testers from Pierre Guillaume. So you should expect the video. A little spoiler. I will make a big video about Pierre Guillaume, or maybe not even one video. Maybe it will be several parts. And this is Musc Maori, a beautiful, beautiful musk, but it's actually not about musk. Yes, to me, it's hot cocoa. And such an incredible hot cocoa that I just cannot stop smelling this. I already sprayed a lot and I cannot stop spraying this, and I need the bottle of this fragrance because it's just mind blowing to me. So far, this has been the best hot cocoa that I've found in fragrances. And yes, this is hot chocolate and coffee, a little bit of coffee in it, and spices and amber, just a little of amber. It's not very, very ambery. And it's just heavenly. It's really, really the best from this profile, at least to me. By the way, if you have your favorite gourmands, please write them down in the comments because I like this profile and I want to have more. So if you can recommend something to me, maybe don't forget to comment. Okay. Yes. It's like you're holding this beautiful cup of hot chocolate. You're in the Alps. You looking out in the window, see the mountains. It's getting dark. It's like twilight. You have just finished skiing or snowboarding. You came back to your little chalet and you're sitting there with your hot chocolate overlooking the mountains and feeling amazing. So that's how it smells. That's it. Just know that. Beautiful. Love it. Bottle worthy. I'm definitely going to have a bottle when I finish this tester. Okay. Italica. So this is Xerjoff, the line of Casamorati. And this is famous. This fragrance made some noise. Some hate it, some love it. I cannot say that I'm particularly in love with it. Although when I first sprayed it, I was a little bit obsessed. So I spent the day just glued to my wrist because I could not stop smelling it. And it smells like caramel. I would say caramelized nuts, like almonds and pistachios and maybe hazelnuts and sweet milk. You know, maybe it's caramelized nuts dropped into sweet milk. And there is a caramel syrup too, so it's very sweet. It's also one of the fragrances you don't want to spray too much. And it definitely has that Xerjoff base that not everybody is taking very lightly. For some people, it can be heavy. So I warned you. But it's still great. It's so lactonic and it's so relaxing. What I personally like about Gourmand fragrances, they relax me. I cannot really worry about something too much if I smell hot milk and caramel and pistachios, you know? I can't. It's just impossible. Especially in this really turbulent time right now. I feel like after the pandemic started, everything went wrong and there's so much stress and crisis and pain and it's just difficult and you cannot always be in that state. You need to have breaks, right? You need to have some time when you can recover, when you can just turn it off for a minute and just come to senses. So I think Gourmand fragrances are really helpful in that, and they help you relax your nervous system. And yeah, I think that these guys can help us feel better. Next, I would like to come back to summer for a second. I know that some of you probably hate winter, and I'm not accepting winter coming. So I got you, because I have a fragrance that can remind you about heat and sand and beautiful hot weather. So this is Desert Suave by Les Liquides Imaginaires. I I used a lot of this, and I'm also planning to get a bottle when I finish this. I'm trying not to get a new bottle before I finish something because sometimes I don't finish the travel size, I buy the whole bottle, and then I use neither of those, and that frustrates me. So if I finish this, I know exactly that I need a bottle. If I don't finish this, maybe I do not need the whole bottle. Maybe it's just enough. If you like the beauties and smells of the Middle East, this is for you because this smells like dates, some dried fruits, including dried citruses. There's something citrusy in it. Maybe a little bit of a rose and spices like cardamom. Maybe a little of coffee too. And it's beautiful fragrance. I love this kind of fragrances. To me personally, this is one of the best fragrances about that. Like something about Morocco and sand and Sahara Desert. If it sounds pleasing to you, please try this fragrance. And the whole brand is amazing, by the way. They also have a very interesting line. It's around gourmand topic as well. They have 3 fragrances that represent champagne, Dombrosa, red wine, I think it's Bloody Wood, and port, Bello Rabello. If you like that, definitely try it. It's really, really beautiful line. I have Dombrosa. There is another fragrance that has nutty note. This is Etat Libre d'Orange, the frustration. I don't really understand why is that name, frustration. If you know, can you please write down in the comments because I really don't know why. Maybe I should go check the website because I don't understand this. Or maybe I do understand. You know, I just mentioned that gourmands help us to come to senses and relax a little bit. Maybe it's called frustration because this is what you need when you're frustrated because it's definitely gourmand. And this is chestnut, slightly smoky, maybe because of the vetiver. So this is vetiver with chestnut, some lactonic note. It's a little bit milky, but also rum. I personally love fragrances with the notes of different alcohol drinks because I think it makes them a little bit rebellish, you know, a little spiky, spicy, interesting, unusual. Because not everybody buys niche fragrances that smell like champagne or port or rum or whiskey, right? So usually people find them interesting and they ask me, what does that smell? It smells very nice, very interesting. I guess they understand that there is something fun going on there. And this is one of those. Although I know a lot of people find it weird, and I understand why. I think it's like vetiver with smoky chestnut. It's unusual, and it's not a crowd pleaser. But to me, it also smells like pistachio. I love pistachios. I can eat way too many, which is not good because I think they have a lot of calories and they're not the healthiest nut, but they're so tasty. And when I cannot eat pistachios, I can smell like pistachios. So why not? Also a very nice fragrance, a little bit unusual because at first it smells very pleasing, but then when it's moving and transforming and changing, it can be tricky. So I definitely recommend to try this on your skin once or twice before you get it, even if you fall in love with the first notes, because yes, they do smell really sweet and pleasing and nice. But I recommend to wait a little bit and decide after it opened up on your skin after a couple hours. Although, nice. Speaking of alcohol notes in fragrances, I have something else for you here. This is Canto, the brand under Paolo Terenzi. It's called Mirabile. And this is everything we love about Italian brands, and Terenzi in particular. This is loud. This is noticeable. Everybody knows you're here. This is not a whispering fragrance. Not at all. This guy will let you know I came here to win. You know, I think it's kind of a feature of most of the fragrances created by that house. And I love this fragrance. To me, it smells like peppermint Baileys. I don't know if this kind of Baileys even exists. I didn't research though. So if you know, please let me know in the comments because I'm curious now. if you heard about anything like that. But apart from that, there's a lot of creamy vanilla. It's definitely about creamy vanilla, but there's also this note of buchu. I'm not really sure what it is. Seems like some plant. Maybe this buchu gives it this fresh or green. Some people even call it medicinal scent, which to me it's not medicinal. Maybe if I try to think that, oh, does it smell medicinal, and I try to find it, I will find it. But I don't think it is. There's also tonka beans and lavender. So they freshen up this vanilla and they give it a spike. So the freshness and like, it's not, it's like a little bit of a razor quality. It's a little bit sharp. It gives this creamy, soft vanilla the sharpness. And it's what I like about this fragrance because it's, I don't know, I find just regular vanilla a little bit boring. I always look for vanilla with something that contrasts this creaminess, because otherwise it's just vanilla and it smells, to me personally, I don't like when there's nothing special about it. This one definitely has something special about it, absolutely. And it's also rum notes and tonka beans. I think it gives it this spice. It's great. Great fragrance. Recommend to try, especially for holidays when it's snowy. Beautiful. This is just what I needed, to be honest. I'm so happy I have this bottle. Look, I guess we covered everything for today. I'm actually happy because I think all fragrances are amazing. And check out other videos. Let's not say goodbye for way too long and see you soon. Bye bye.